Hey guys, what's going on? My name is James Mason. In this video, I'm going to show you how I use Bollinger Bands to day trade, swing trade, and how to trade penny stocks with it, along with the scanner that I use for all of these trades. And I'm gonna show you how to set it all up to make you successful in your trades. So, trust me, this works. Alright, so when I day trade, I only day trade quality stocks. And if I'm using the Bollinger Bands, which I love the Bollinger Bands, they're very simple to understand. And basically, so I'll just get right into it. So basically, Bollinger Bands, they measure volatility. So as you can see, this is Tesla. I love trading Tesla. The bands are very wide right here because obviously it's selling off over this period of time on the 5-minute chart. Now, when I day trade off the 5-minute chart because on the 1-minute chart, it doesn't really give me the growth that I want to see before it starts to go into a downward trend again. So on the 5-minute chart, it paints a completely different picture, and it kind of slows this trade down for me. So I'll use Bollinger Bands to day trade a quality stock like Tesla, and a lot of people, they trade it when these two bands thin out right here. Now, that's great. You can actually trade in between this EMA line and the upper and lower band. But the thing with that is, if you are trading based off of it thinning out right here, there's a 50-50 shot that it could go your way. Now, because I'm day trading, I'm not trying to hit the biggest home run. I'm not trying to make the most massive gain and buy this at the bottom and ride it to the top. That crap really doesn't happen. Yes, you can get lucky. I've gotten lucky, but overall, that's kind of just rolling the dice. So how I use this with a quality stock, and that's the key here, a quality stock for day trading. Now, I'll wait until it breaks this upper band when that 5-minute candlestick actually closes right here just above that upper band, and that's when I'll buy. Now, this next candlestick right here, it has a good run. And right here, it kind of dips a little bit. But say if you buy right here and you automatically have this dip. Well, that's where day trading a quality stock comes into play. Because when it breaks this upper band, that shows that volatility that it's wanting to start to make a run. And yeah, it could actually trend back down to right here. Or it can go up like this. So, before you actually do this, you need to paper trade and see how these stocks move for yourself. I can't sit here and tell you that, hey, you need to make a buy at this point, because this technically does not signal a buy at all. So again, you need to paper trade to see how the stocks that you'll be trading actually work, because a company like Tesla, that the PPS is around $340, the price action is completely different than a stock that's $1 to $5. With a stock like Tesla, you're not going to yield percentages. You'll yield dollars in your trades. And when you grow your account, you'll get to the point to where yielding dollars is what matters. Because if you start taking large positions in lower cap stocks, you'll get to the point to where you can't sell all them shares, because it ends up creating a resistance and you'll end up upside down. So when I come in and I sell or trade like Tesla, I'm only buying 100 shares. Yes, that's, like 34,000 if I bought like right now. And since I'm day trading it, I'm hoping to make a couple $100. And that's the reality on day trading. You take a larger amount of money and use that as leverage to make, like 1 to 2%. All these people that try to say, oh, you should be making, these higher percentages day trading, they're freaking lying to you. So this is how I do it with the quality stock day trading. I would have bought in right here, and heck, who knows, I could have possibly sold right there. If I would have sold right there, within 5 minutes I would have made $240. Now again, I would have had like 34,000 in it, but I can keep tapping these throughout the day, and those profits, they add up. So if I would have sold over here, I would have made a little over $4 per share profit. So that would have been a little over $400 in 25 minutes just day trading. So that's how I use the Bollinger Bands for day trading. Now, let's go to, actually, let me show you how I swing trade lower cap stocks. So this next part, I'm going to show you the scanner that I make to find these stocks as they are uptrending, just to keep tapping these throughout the day. So let me just show you this real quick. This price range, $100 to $500. I'm going to hit scan, and this is on the 5-minute time frame. What in the world is going on here? $100 to $500. Okay, I'm not sure why I done that. That was crazy. So right here, this is showing this uptrend for this scanner, and I'll explain this in a second, but I want to show you this really quick. Alright, so it's showing this last time frame of the 3 bars, and this is what kicked off my scanner. So it's up over 3% of the last time frame that scanner is set up on, which indicates that it is uptrending. So if we bought in right here, and let's just say we wrote it up to the green line right there, we would make 57 cents per share. So that would just be like a day trade. Now, would I have bought this one? No, because like I said, how I trade it is I have to see it break across this upper band for the first time. And so when I was watching it, my scanner would have went off right here, or from these 2 candlesticks, because it's my scanner is actually set up for the last two bars. So this is a bar, this is a bar, so 3% higher than these, it would have came up. So I would have watched this one, and I would have went off of where it would have settled. And yeah, it took a dip right there. That's minus 21 cents. But quality stocks. And you see this massive run up right here. So right there, that would have been, 94 cents, profit per share, depending on how many shares I had bought. And so as you trade this on the 5-minute chart, especially if you have a margin account. Now, don't trade on margin if you don't know how to trade, because that's basically you're taking a loan, you're using your broker's money, so it's loan money, to try to make money. And if you don't know how to make money, if you have not been successful at making money, you're only going to lose money. And you're losing someone else's money, but they're going to get theirs. And you're just going to blow your account up and probably ruin your life. So that's how I find quality stocks on the 5-minute chart for day trading. Now again, I'm going to go over all of this at the end of this video. I'm going to show you how I look for stocks that are penny stocks and just lower cap stocks in general to day trade. So I'll have my scanner up, I'll click this and I'll put it on day. I'll change this to, let's see, 0.005 to $1. Alright, so this is what it generates for my chart for the daily time frames. Now this would work for a swing trade. So let's look. Actually, I'm going to show you another thing in this video if you haven't watched my other videos yet. So after you generate one of these scanners like this, let me just move this crap up. You come over here. This is so you don't have to click on every single stock. You'll click on this little box right here, save as watch list. Click that, and we'll name this one swing trading penny stocks. Save. And you can come over here to, if you already have a watch list up, you can just click on this. You'll come down here to where it says personal, and you will just find that one you just saved. So swing trading penny stocks. You'll click on that. It loads up over here, and I'm just gonna expand this a little bit more. And if you haven't set your chart up yet, what I like to, or this watch list up yet, I'll click on this little wheel to customize, click customize, and I'll get rid of the ask and bid over here. So just remove them and add volume. So you'll come over here, type in volume, you'll add that item, add it over here, click OK, and then you'll come up here, you'll move the last price over, you move the net change over a little bit to give the volume some room, and then you'll just click on volume to get it in descending order. You'll come right here. You'll click on whichever one you use. I always use the number 1 to link it to my charts. And then I'll come over to charts. Come right here. And I'll link my chart with my watch list. So then all I have to do is click on that, and I can just press up and down to make it easier for me as I scroll through these stocks. So let me change my time frame, so we're looking at the same chart as what my watch list is set up on. So I'm going to set it to 1 year, 1 day for my chart, and because my scanner is set up for 1 year, 1 day. So this ticker right here, as you can see, it broke out, back here, and this is what I'm talking about. You have to be watching this. Now, like right now, would I buy this? No. And honestly, it's nothing against this ticker. You know what? I hope they do great things, but I'm here to make money. I am not really an investor. There's only one stock I am currently invested in, and it's just because I believe in it. There's not too many penny stocks that I really believe in, but there are a handful, and I'm actually just invested into one. Overall, I'm not an investor. I hate investing because investing always makes that position red. So, as my scanner that I have set up for a swing trade in penny stocks, this would have kicked it off right here. And even if I would have bought in right here, obviously I would have still made money up here. And the reason why it does this is because the volatility behind this, meaning there's a bunch of buying. Now if it was breaking this lower band, that means there's a bunch of selling, or right here you can see that's a lot of selling. I'm not sure why this particular stock had those days, but right here it started getting hot. But that means at this point with these penny stocks, if you're swing trading them, there's some hype getting behind it. And it could be good news, or whatever. But there's hype behind this to where people are pouring their money behind this stock, and chances are it's probably going to start to run. Now, these big candlesticks right here, that probably happened because all these people, probably right here, they bought in and they were right here, they were red. And so they were probably like, heck with this crap, I'm gonna sell the next time it has a big run. So it had a big run, and it's like, sweet, I'm gonna try to ride this run out. Well, the thing is that next day it started selling, so it caused them just to say heck with it, they sold. And same thing for that next day, they sold. But the other people who played it smart and trade like this, they either bought right here or they wanted to wait it out to see if it would dip back down to this EMA line, and it did. It worked out great for them. So if the people had watched it to this point, it dips right there, and let's just say they want to sell right here. They just made 255% in profit. Now, like I said a couple minutes ago, penny stocks and lower cap stocks, you have to trade them based off of percentages. The larger cap stocks, you trade them based off of dollars. Because those larger cap stocks, it's harder for them to move in percentages than in dollars. Unlike these penny stocks, these things, for a penny stock to move 10%, that's nothing. And the same thing with, losing value. It can drop. 255%. But that's why you have to catch it on this uptrend. So, like these people who say, I'm just going to wait it out right here and buy this because these bands are thin. Like I said, a 50-50 chance that it will work your way. Because this thing could have easily, or let's just say right here, say people bought right here and then they just sold right there. They lost 62% of their position. To me, that's not worth it. I'm here to try to make money. So I'm going to wait until it actually confirms that uptrend. And I'll take some red to make a lot of green. Heck, right there, that's minus 46%. But like I said, it already started showing itself of what this thing could potentially do in the future. And heck, if I would have sold right there, that would have been 170% profit. If I'd have sold right up here, 127%. So you get what I'm saying? If I would have put $1,000 into this stock right here, if I would have sold, I would have made $1,000 profit. And that's the benefit of this scanner and using it to swing trade penny stocks. This is one of the ways that I built my account. And one thing that I done was I only would invest $1,000 into each penny stock, no more. Because a lot of people think, well heck, if I'd had $10,000 not put in right there and sold right up here, I'd have made $10,000 profit. Yeah, I mean, that sounds great. That really does. Man, it can work. But the thing is, you have $10,000 into this, and then it drops right down there where I think I said that was like 46%. When you have $10,000 in a stock, and then it loses 46% in 2 days, and you're like crap, I just lost $4,600. I'm a freaking idiot. It's a lot easier to digest, $460 in a loss than $4,600. Because let's just say this doesn't work out perfectly, because that is stock trading. Like, you can have the greatest plan in the world, and it might just tank for you. You don't control the market. The market makers create this market. You just play in their game. That's it. So you got to learn how to play it. So I only take $1,000 and invest into something like this, and I'll ride it up to whatever. I mean, heck, I may just decide to take 20%, 30%. It doesn't matter, because even that 20%, that's still $200 that I made pretty daggone quick over a swing trade in a couple days if it continues to uptrend. So there's this one back here. I made a short 45-second video a couple days ago about this ticker. So right here, it starts showing itself at this point. So I would have bought in when it came up on my scanner right here for a swing trade, and a couple days later, 6 days later, it would have got to where I was minus almost 20%. But like I said, it started showing itself. Off of $1,000, that's $200 in the hole. $200 in the hole, that is a lot of money. I'm not going to kid you on that. I hate losing money. And $200 is a lot of money for both a gain and a loss. But like I said, I will take a little red to make a lot of green. Because if I would have waited, heck, the next day, 13%. The day after, 45%. Right here, it took another loss, but I'm still up 25%. And then it goes up. There's 72%. Right here, 135%, and at the high of this day, 190%. So this is how you swing trade penny stocks. It is so important, critical. whatever word you want to say that makes you understand the seriousness of how to truly trade penny stocks. This does not work on the 1 minute chart or the 5 minute chart. This doesn't work in a day trade. You can get lucky in some penny stocks, but it is not worth the risk. I promise you. Trust me, I've tried this a long time ago. That crap doesn't work. You cannot beat the system. You can't outsmart the system. This is how it works right here. I am literally giving you the keys to the kingdom. You need to paper trade this way to see for yourself. Don't go off of what I am telling you. What I'm telling you is just to show you. You need to paper trade this to see for yourself. Because once you see how this works for yourself, it will completely empower you. And once you are empowered and know how to trade, your life will change. I guarantee it. So, I'm going to show you guys how to make this scanner to find it. And I'm actually just going to make a video of just the scanner to show people how to set it up for those who didn't watch it or didn't watch this whole video. And it sucks for the people that did not watch this whole video because you are losing valuable advice. So, come up here to scanner. Alright. To create this scanner, what you need to do is whatever you have in here, just come over here and delete that crap out. Come up here, you will add 3 of these stock filters, and then you'll add one of these study filters. After you add these filters, you'll come right here, this first one, you open it up, and you'll look for close. What this means is the last price that last candlestick was. So where it closed out at for that last candlestick. The next one, change it to volume. Not volume index or anything like that. Volume. And the reason why we have 200,000 right here is because you at least want that stock to have some interest in it. Period. Because if you don't have enough volume being traded in that stock, then it's going to have a massive spread between the buy and the ask, and that's just more ground that you have to cover to make a profit. Over here, volume is always your friend. Keep this empty because the sky is the limit on volume and you don't want to cap yourself. Third one, percentage change. Right here, positive 3%. The reason why 3% is because that usually starts to indicate that some good stuff is happening here. This is moving in a positive direction. Now, why would you not put it at 5% or 10%? You may be asking that question to yourself right now. The reason is, at 5% or greater, you've pretty much already missed your window of opportunity. So we'll keep it at max over here because we don't want to cap ourselves. And even though this will still show up stocks that are higher than 3%, a lot higher than 3%, we just kind of want to look back and see what's going on in other stocks, because those could be potential plays in the future. this fourth one, price direction, because we're going to be looking at which way this is going. Change this box to close, and has increased over the last 2 consecutive bars. So on a chart, when you're looking at a chart, bars, each candlestick is a bar. Now, you have to go off of the time frame for that chart. So if it's a 1 minute chart, this will be 2 minutes. A 5 minute chart, this will be 10 minutes. So on a 1 year, 1 day chart, this is 2 days. And like I said, swing trade penny stocks. This only works swing trading it. It doesn't work really day trading it. You'll come over here, this box. This has your time frames for how you want to measure all of this. So, like I was saying, how I day trade larger cap quality stocks, I day trade those on the 5 minute chart. So I would click that, and I would change that to there, and I click this box just to show the extended hours. And the only thing different that I would do is change the price range for what I want to look at. So that's how I create that for, that's how I create that scanner to be able to find in that moment those stocks to day trade that meet this criteria. So I'm going to go back here because we are looking at swing trading penny stocks. So I'm going to click on day. I'll click on day. Now we'll come up here to the price, and you can change this for whatever price that you want to look at. You can actually change this to, well, you can change it to any price, and it works out great for swing trading the larger cap stocks. And I'll show you that. So right here, because I'm showing you how to swing trade penny stocks, we have 0.005 up to $1. We have a minimum 200,000 shares to unlimited. Percentage change 3%. We'll just keep it open to max. And we have this over the span of 2 days. So we want to, what this will do, it will open up the stocks that have increased 3% over the last 2 days. So you'll click scan, yes, and it will generate your list. Go ahead and look at it in descending order, and you'll click on whatever stock you want. And like how I showed you guys, just go ahead and create that watch list over here in the beginning of the video, and add it over here to the side. And what this does, this will actually auto-generate as things change. So a week from now, you'll see some of these stocks won't even be on here no more, and new stocks will be on there, because this is an active scanner. So that's it. That's the keys to the kingdom right here. Paper trade, paper trade, paper trade. I cannot stress that enough, because like I said, I can sit here and tell you what I'm looking at, what to look for, but until you paper trade it and see how this works, you won't understand it. But once you start paper trading this way, this will all start making sense, and you'll start seeing the moves that you can make. And like I said, you'll start making money. So before I end this video, I want to show you how to swing trade a larger cap stock. So I'm gonna change this, and we'll just put it. We'll just change it to. We'll change it to 30, and we'll go up to 400 because I'm swing trading it. I keep it on day. I'm gonna click yes, and I'm gonna create another watch list. Let's see. We'll just call it larger caps swing. So save. I'm going to come down here and I'm going to add another watch list. I'm going to go ahead and just link this, and now I need to open it. So larger cap swings, there we go. Open up my charts. I need to change this down here to add volume. All right. So here we are. This is what I look at if I was going to swing trade a larger cap stock. Now, you may be asking yourself, how long should I hold this for? Well, like I said, you need to swing trade. I mean, not swing trade. You need to paper trade to develop that understanding. I can't tell you how long to hold it for. That comes down to, honestly, personal preference and how much you have riding on the line, and just so many other things. It comes down to the way you think. So let's look back, just right here. This one closed out at this point, and this is $145.75 where it closed out at. Or technically, I was looking over here on the right side. So look up here, and this one closed out at $145.93. The next day, it did have a sell-off, but then, it started uptrending a little bit. And it had a good run for a couple days. So when I swing trade, really, I'm not in it for that long. I personally swing trade, I would say, if I had to say an average, 4 days would probably be the average. But I look at so many other things to determine if I'm going to sell or stay in. And that's based off of experience. So if I would have bought in right here, and let's just say I sold right here, I made $3.87 per share. Now, this stock it's expensive, I'm not gonna lie. But again, like I was saying earlier, you don't trade these in percentages, you trade them in dollars. So right here, $3.72 or whatever, and if I had 100 shares, that would have been, I would have bought in at $14,600, and I would have made almost $400 over the course of 5 days on this trade. So we'll look at one more before we end this video. So this one, it's showing some potential. Honestly, with me, I wouldn't jump into something like this for a swing trade, because that's just way too big of a candlestick for the first run. I can honestly see a lot of people coming in here over the next day or two and just shorten the crap out of this. So look at this one. This isn't really something that I would be gung-ho about. Now, it is uptrending, and it has the potential, you know, to go from right here, I would say closer up to this upper band, which is almost $4 per share. But I like to hit them when they're hot, and they're hot when they break this upper band. So for instance, if you look back, if I'd have bought right there, yeah, I mean, it dipped down right there and I'd had a little bit of a loss. But look at this as it goes up right there. $2, almost $4, almost $5. That's over $6 per share profit. And that is 21 days. So that's how you use this scanner to day trade and to swing trade. So I hope you stayed around and watched this whole video. If you watched this whole video, put it in the comments. I want to know who watched this whole video, because if you watch this video, I'm telling you, once you paper trade like this to see, you know, how this works for you, to actually have that light bulb set off, and you just know how this all works now. I want to know who's going to be successful. I really do. So put in the comments that you watch this. I want to know who's going to be successful, and I want to keep up with you. I want you to write me, and when this works for you, let me know. I want to hear it. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, you know, please subscribe. Please give my videos a thumbs up, and I have a bunch of other videos in this free stock trading course. And as this course, you know, starts to wrap up, because this is one of the, you know, more final videos, I'm gonna actually continue to, you know, show my trades in the future, and to try to help out as much as possible. You know, I'm never gonna sell a membership. I'm never gonna sell a program. I make my money day trading. I don't need your money, but I want to see you become successful. So I greatly appreciate you watching this. You know, please, you know, share a video of mine. Maybe someone could benefit from it. And hey, I'll see you in the next one.